Picture this. The air is thick, a blend of damp earth, honeysuckle, and that unmistakable swampy scent. This is Louisiana, Cajun country where bayous snake through the land and cypress trees stand like ancient sentinels. Life here moves to the rhythm of the water and the seasons. Neighbors are family, and the front porch is the heart of the home. There's a connection to the land that's hard to describe. People here don't just live on it, they live with it. At the center of Cajun culture is a little crustacean, the crawfish. Mudbug, crawdad, or crawfish, whatever you call it. It's a symbol of this place. Before you see them, you hear the stories of legendary boils, mountains of red crawfish, and the melodic Cajun accent. It's a culture built on hard work and simple pleasures, making a living from the mud under your feet. Most see a swamp and think of alligators and mosquitoes. Folks here see a pantry, a source of life. The crawfish represents turning something humble into a treasure, building a life in a multi-million-dollar industry from the mud. It's a dirty job, but these are the jobs that hold a community together. This is where our story begins, not just with a cultural icon, but with an industry that feeds the soul and economy of Louisiana. The crawfish isn't just a bug, it's a way of life. Here, the land gives, and the people build. This is the story of mud, tradition, and the spirit of Cajun country. Welcome to the world of Louisiana crawfish. Let's dig in. Because in Cajun country, the mud is more than just mud, it's gold. And it all starts right here. Let's see how. For centuries, crawfish were a simple meal for Native Americans and Cajun settlers, caught in the wild, eaten fresh, and never thought of as big business. But as Louisiana's cuisine gained fame, so did the crawfish. Chefs in New Orleans and beyond made it a star. The wild harvest couldn't keep up. If you wanted to build a business, you needed a reliable source. Enter crawfish farming. Early pioneers had to figure it all out. Habitat, food, breeding, using intuition and grit, not lab coats. They turned backyards and flooded fields into the first crawfish farms. Today, crawfish farming is a powerhouse. Over 90% of U.S. crawfish comes from Louisiana. What started as a backyard snack is now a cornerstone of the state's economy, supporting thousands of jobs. It's a testament to the ingenuity of people who saw potential in a creature most ignored. They didn't just create an industry, they built a cultural phenomenon. And it all started with a simple, brilliant idea: farm the mudbug. Now crawfish is big business, but it's still rooted in tradition. That's the magic of Louisiana. And it's only getting bigger. How do you farm a creature that lives in the mud? The answer was hiding in plain sight: rice farming. Rice farmers already flooded their fields. Someone realized those same fields could raise crawfish. After the rice harvest, farmers reflood the fields. The leftover rice stubble becomes food for crawfish. Crawfish burrow, lay eggs, and hatch in this perfect environment, a natural, self-sustaining buffet. This dual cropping system is a win-win. Two harvests from the same land, maximizing productivity and profit. Crawfish season runs from late fall through spring, perfectly complementing the rice calendar. Crawfish help the rice too. Their burrowing aerates the soil and their waste adds nutrients. It's a partnership that benefits the farmer, the land, and anyone who loves to eat crawfish. Most crawfish now come from these managed rice ponds, not the wild. It's a reliable, consistent supply that the wild harvest never could match. This innovation turned ordinary farmland into an aquatic gold mine, all thanks to the humble rice stalk. That's Louisiana ingenuity. Before dawn, the work begins. Out on the ponds, farmers in flat-bottomed boats navigate a grid of flags, each marking a crawfish trap. The traps are pyramid-shaped cages, baited the day before. Now it's time to see what the night brought. The farmer pulls a trap, dumps the catch into a sack, rebaits and moves on, hundreds of times a day. It's backbreaking, repetitive, wet work. No glamour, just grit. A single farmer might pull 300 to 400 traps in one run. Sacks of crawfish pile up, each weighing 30 to 40 pounds. By midday, the catch is sorted by size and cleaned in vats of water. The crawfish are packed into porous sacks to keep them alive and fresh. Within hours, they're on their way to restaurants, markets, and backyard boils. It's a race against time, mud to table in a day. The operation is a masterclass in efficiency, driven by hard work. This is the backbone of the industry, and it all starts before sunrise. Crawfish farming isn't just tradition, it's big business. The industry pumps over $300 million into Louisiana's economy every year. More than 1,600 farms cover 250,000 acres, mostly family-owned, passed down through generations. Over 7,000 jobs depend on crawfish, from farmers to restaurant staff. Louisiana produces 130 to 150 million pounds of crawfish annually. Most is eaten in the US, but some is exported. Sweden, for example, loves Louisiana crawfish. The numbers tell a story of success and sustainability. This industry is built on culture, tradition, and respect for the land. Thousands of families depend on healthy crawfish populations. It's more than an economic engine, it's a way of life.
Facts and figures are one thing. To really understand crawfish farming, you have to meet the people. I met Jean-Paul, a third-generation farmer. His hands are calloused, stained with Louisiana mud. "This isn't a job for glamour," he said. "It's in your blood."
Jean-Paul's up before 4 a.m. every day. Some days the traps are full, other days half empty. You can't control it. You trust the water, have faith, and listen to the crawfish.
Maria runs the sorting and packing. "People don't see this part," she laughed, as conveyor belts moved thousands of crawfish. "We take pride in every sack. It's our family's reputation."
These stories define the industry. It's not about boardrooms, it's about kitchen tables, fathers teaching sons, mothers running the business.
As David, another farmer, put it, "Sure, it's a business, but we're feeding our neighbors. We're part of a tradition that brings people together. You can't put a price on that."
And he's right, you can't.
It's about pride, family, and community.
The work is hard, but the rewards go beyond money.
This is what keeps the industry alive.
It's the people who get dirty every day.
And they wouldn't have it any other way.
That's the real story of Louisiana crawfish.
It's written in mud, sweat, and tradition.
And it's passed down one generation at a time.
That's what makes it special.
That's what makes it home.
And that's why it endures.
If you want to see the soul of Louisiana, go to a crawfish boil. It's not just a meal, it's an event.
On spring weekends, you'll find giant pots boiling with cayenne, lemon, and garlic. The spicy steam signals the party's about to start.
Potatoes, onions, corn, sausage, and finally, a sack of live crawfish go in. Everyone gathers, sharing stories and anticipation.
The boil is communal. Everyone has a role. Stirring, fetching drinks, keeping the conversation going.
When the crawfish turn bright red, the pot is dumped onto a newspaper-covered table. No plates, no forks, just hands.
The technique: pinch the tail, twist the head, and savor the spicy juices. It's messy, hands-on, and delicious.
The shared experience turns strangers into friends.
The crawfish boil is the Cajun spirit of the joy of living.
It's the centerpiece of celebrations, big and small.
It's a reason to gather, slow down, and connect.
The best things in life aren't things, they're moments shared over a pile of mudbugs.
That's Louisiana.
For crawfish farmers, water is everything. Life on the farm is never easy. When the ground cracks, it's a death sentence. Crawfish need water to survive. Fields dried up, ponds shrank, and crawfish populations plummeted. The 2023 drought was brutal. The few crawfish that survived were small and expensive. Farmers couldn't flood their fields. Boils became rare and costly. Restaurants took crawfish off the menu. Prices doubled or tripled. The drought hit more than wallets. It struck at the heart of Louisiana culture. But this drought was a wake-up call. We faced hurricanes, floods, downturns. It highlighted the growing threat of extreme weather and climate change. Farmers faced a new level of unpredictability. It was a tough, lean year that tested everyone's resilience. But the story wasn't over. Louisiana's spirit is hard to break, and hope was on the horizon.
Louisiana farmers are resilient. The 2023 drought was tough, but it sparked innovation.
Farmers, scientists, and agencies are working together, improving water management, developing drought-tolerant crawfish, and smarter irrigation.
New forage crops, better wells, and pumps are helping farmers adapt.
Nature is healing. Rainfall returned in late 2024 and 2025, replenishing ponds and reviving the harvest. Crawfish are making a comeback, bigger, healthier, and more plentiful.
The familiar sight of crawfish sacks on trucks is back. There's relief and optimism in Cajun country. The future of crawfish farming is a story of hope, a community that refused to give up.
The crawfish is more than a product. It's a symbol of Louisiana's identity and resilience.
As long as there are hard-working people and families who love to gather around a table of spicy crawfish, this industry will thrive.
The mud is gold again.
And the story continues.
In Louisiana, hope always finds a way.
And the crawfish will keep coming.